this is actually usually what I spend my first session on with people, is the role of habits and self-care in therapy, because oftentimes therapy can really be just about focusing on what has happened and the emotional elements of things, but we would be totally remiss to forget about the extremely important role that self-care and habits play in mental health. And so I would never suggest to people that the only thing that they need to do is get their healthy habits under control, right? For a lot of people, there's some real emotional work that needs to happen. But I like to think about those things as a force multiplier for therapy. It's really hard for people to show up and be fully present for therapy if they're not taking care of their body. So typically, what I work on with people, some people are much closer to this than others, and we have to just take it at the pace that the client wants to and is able to work on. But getting somewhere where there's a consistent exercise schedule, right? Because that is so important for mental health. Getting to a point where they're eating reasonably regularly and getting most of the nutrients that they need in their diet. There are studies out there suggesting that getting enough omega-3 fatty acids is more effective than taking an antidepressant, for example. So having that underway is so important. Sleep, probably the most important behavior of anything, probably more important than even going to therapy for improving mental health, is getting a consistent amount of sleep, waking up at a similar time each day, getting sunlight in your eyes for about 10 minutes when you wake up. It sets an incredible cascade of metabolic reactions in the brain. And when you put those things together, the change that can happen is exponential. When you get a client who is, not willing to make any of those changes, change happens much slower. So yeah, we can't ignore that.